FETC, it's Nikki, and if you are at SCANAPALOOZA and wondering what is a QR code, I'm going to quickly answer that question for you, and then we will get started on how you are going to make one. So a QR code actually stands for quick response. They've been around since 1994, but they really have recently just surfaced in the United States and in the field of education. So they were originally intended to be used in the industrial field. They've moved on to marketing campaigns. You will see them all over at the grocery store on products, at Macy's, in flyers that you might get in the mail. They are everywhere. And you might be asking yourself, how can I make this relevant to education? And we hope that that's what you really take away from our session today. So without further ado, let's get started on how to make one. They are fairly simple to make. I'm just going to pull up the internet here. And the site we often use is qrstuff.com. Now, this one is very simple to use. It's free. I've had kids as young as second graders use it, so if they can do it, so can you. Now, the first thing you need to decide is what type of QR code that you're going to be making. Over here on the left, we'll press one of these buttons to determine what kind of data that we're going to input. So let's just start with the basic website. So here I have our start page, our home page for the school, and I may decide that I want parents or students to be able to easily access our school website. You may have your own classroom site that you want to be able to do this with as well. So all I'm going to do is Control C, and I've copied the URL. When I come back to QR Stuff in my other tab, I just have to paste it. So I'm going to Control V and paste it there. Now, you'll notice that the QR code has lots of pixels that it's generated, and I can actually use this URL shortener if you didn't already do that on your own. So I'm going to press that button, and it will make my QR code a little bit more condensed and easier for a smartphone or tablet, iPad, iPhone to scan. So that is how I get it started. Then if I want to change the color, I can change it. So you'll notice that pink seems to be a theme here. We'll go with the pink QR code. And all I have to do is press download the QR code. I can save it or open it. I'm just going to open it and show you what it looks like. It brings it up in Microsoft Office, depending on what system you are working on. I am on a PC. So I can literally just copy this, and I might decide I want to paste it into a Word document and go from there. So to get it into a Word document, I'm actually going to show you right here. I'm just going to Control C. You'll see some of our handout there. I'm going to take that away. And now, in order to move it around and to format your activity, all you're going to have to do is double click it. If you're using Microsoft Word, a newer version, the ribbon up top, it's just like a JPEG or a PNG was inserted. So when I double click it, I am going to text wrap it, and in front of my text, now I can resize it. Remember, just like resizing any other picture, you don't want to do just the height or just the width because it will distort it. So make sure that you are evenly resizing it. I can actually get it pretty small and it will still scan. So you can put several QR codes on one page. I may decide to have directions here. This could go on our school business card or something that I pass out to parents at the beginning of the school year, back to school night. That's how I simply make one linked to a website. So I'm going to go ahead and X out of there. Now, you can also go to a YouTube video. So if you have a video that you want the students to be able to see, and disclaimer, you have YouTube unblocked at your school on student devices, you will be able to link directly to the YouTube video. So here we go, youtube.com. Okay, I'm going to go to a Steve Spangler experiment, science experiment. Okay, here we go. Color changing milk. So third graders are learning about the scientific process. I'm going to cut that link and I'm going to paste it in the video URL. The video ID, I'm just going to leave blank. So here we go. Same thing. I can change the color. Maybe I want to make it blue. There we go. I'm going to download the QR code and the exact same process. So copy it, and in my Word document, I'm going to Control C, paste it. If I want to be able to move it around, I'm going to double click it, wrap text in front of text. Then I can resize and put it wherever I want. Okay, so I'm going to put it right there next to my school website one, just to show you these couple examples. Okay, get out of there. Now, as you can see, I don't need to go through each one, but it will let you do a Google Map location if you were studying something with geography and you wanted students to determine where a particular landmark was or a location. You can go through that. You can give either the specific longitude and latitude or the actual address. You can link to your Twitter profile. So if I wanted you to go to my Twitter, I would put Mrs. Jones 72812, and then obviously change that to pink. Okay. Keep on going down through the line. If you have a Facebook page for your school or your classroom, you could do that. Or if you're a blogger and have a blog you wanted people to like or go to, LinkedIn, Foursquare, App Store download. So that's actually what I did for you with the QR code. Earlier in the packet, iTunes link. If you have a Dropbox, so this is actually really nice for linking to a document. So if I have a Dropbox account, which I do. Okay, so now that I'm logged into Dropbox, I'm going to show you how to link to a Dropbox file. So I'm just going to click on one of my folders. I'll click on FETC, and let's see if I wanted you to be able to link. Oh, that's a PowerPoint. That would work just fine, but let me see. If I wanted you to link to my Disney scavenger hunt, so I'm going to pull it up, and over here, if I want to share the link, that's actually what I'm looking for. Okay, share link. Sorry, you're seeing all my errors here. We have quite a bit blocked in our county, so it takes a little bit of time to get around some things. Okay, so Dropbox isn't working perfectly for me, but if I wanted to get the link, here we go. My link is actually automatically copied for me. I'm going to go back to my QR code generator and I'm going to paste it in there. I can change the color again. The only color that we've really ever had trouble with scanning, most of the other colors we have not run into any issues, but yellow and gold seem to be extremely difficult, so I would suggest kind of staying away from those colors, but any other color has worked perfectly, or you can just stick to the traditional black, especially if you're just printing off of a black and white printer. So here I go. I'm going to download the QR code, open it, copy and paste it just like normal. So if you had a study guide that you wanted students to be able to access from home, but you maybe didn't want to print the entire thing, or a document that you wanted them to read, this would be a really great way to give them access without wasting all of the paper if they have those smart devices, or if you have them in your school available that they could use to read something at school or access a graph to do an interpretation. Okay, so I'm going to keep on moving. The next one I want to show you, this is the one that we use a lot, is the plain text. So if I want to create a scavenger hunt or just simply a question, this is how I would go about doing that. So I can just begin to type, what is the capital of Florida? Okay, so the more text that I get in here, what region is Florida located in, the more pixels you'll see forming over here. I always recommend using this use our qrs.ly URL shortener to make the QR code more condensed and easier for your smart device to be able to read. So download as normal, and you can go through and create several other ones. Like I said at the beginning of the school year, if you want to give the parents your school phone number, your email address, your contact details, event, Wi-Fi login, if they're coming into the building and you need to give them the key, this would be a really great way to do that without having them access. One other feature I want to show you of qrstuff.com is that when you download the QR codes, okay, so I actually have to have something in here. Let's go back to plain text. There we go. When I download the QR code, if you wanted, oops, here we go. In the print section, actually, sorry about that. If I wanted to do more than one, and I was going to be passing them out to students, you can actually print them on labels to make it a lot easier on yourself. You don't have to copy and paste. Now that would be something like if you had your school contact information, the website, a simple question that you had all the time for students, you might consider doing that. If you were making a scavenger hunt or something else, obviously you wouldn't use this feature, but it is a really nice feature. Okay, so that sums up qrstuff.com. There's one other site that I really want to show you, that's deliver.com. This is another QR code generator, and this you can sign up for free, and it actually lets you track the code, and you also have the ability to change the content within the QR code without changing the code each time. So if you had an exit ticket or an entry ticket at your door every day and your question may be different, you might consider using this deliver.com. Or if you had it posted, a QR code posted for comprehension strategies, you may consider using this website. So I'm not going to sign in and show you that. If you want to learn more about that, I am happy to help you out with that, but I just want to get you started with how to create QR codes. So I hope this helped you out, and make sure you join us on Edmodo, as well as contact us by email if you have any additional questions or things, insights you want to share. So thanks again for coming to SCANAPALOOZA, and I hope you now know how to make a QR code.